It's been about 24 hours since the Nobel Committee announced that the winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature is a Korean woman, Kang. I would like to share with you some reactions that I have observed in that time period. First, I will show you how the newspapers reacted. But to show you the newspapers, I have to choose some. So I decided to choose the famous 6. On the left side, the left-leaning newspapers, there is one called 한경오. This stands for, these are acronyms of the newspapers. So Han is 한겨레, 경 is 경향신문, and O is 오마이뉴스. You can read the details of this here to inform yourself about the dynamics of the Korean media. And on the right-leaning ones, there's one called 조중동. It stands for 조선일보, 중앙일보, and 동아일보. The reason this acronym is used is because this acronym sounds like a person's name. Han is a common Korean last name, and Jo is that as well. Now, I'm going to show you the headlines of the news at the moment, or within few hours of the announcement, on these 6 newspapers. I happen to capture them. I am going to show you that, but you can also download it by clicking this link. This is 경향신문's reaction. Here it says a breaking news. Kang is apparently a quote by her. I was surprised and honored. My inspiration is Korean literature. And here is another Kang's miracle. This is a take on miracle of the Rhines. So in Korea, the sudden or rapid economic development is called the miracle of Kang. But her name is a homonym with the river. So here we have another case of miracle of Kang. They are playing on the words. And she is the 121st awardee of the Nobel literature. Apparently, she's not that well known. And here it says, who is Kang? And here it says, it comes to light that she used to be on the Blacklist. 동아일보 says, Kang, the first Korean recipient of Nobel Prize in Literature. And here it says, after K-pop, now K-literature. K stands for Korean. The influence of Korean culture is increasing. And here it says, the attempt or the effort of translating the literature finally bore fruits. And here is asking again, who is Kang? Her father is also an author. Oh My News says it is a great news that she received the Nobel Prize. And here it says her proses are a force that confronts the cruel powers. And she's the first Asian female author to receive the prize. And here are the lists of her books and the brief descriptions of what the contents are. 조선일보 says Kang was surprised and honored, and her representative work is The Vegetarian. This is the first Nobel Prize in 24 years after the Peace Prize was awarded to Kim Dae-jung in year 2000. Tokyo bookstores are also swept up in this fever, it says. Inside Korea, the bestseller 1 through 9th is hers. And it's a surprise that the foreign media, I'm not sure if this is a prize or it is a praise or a insult. They all seem to be very surprised. Now, here's the interesting part. 문송 means I apologize for having majored in the humanities. That's because it's hard to get a job as a humanities major these days. This became a self-criticism or self-effacing comment for those who have majored in literature and humanities in general. But now he says you are prohibited to say, I am sorry, I majored in the humanities. So now the literature majors are rejoicing that there is such good news. But the thing is, I'm not sure what difference it makes, because would it create more jobs for literature majors? I'm not sure. But this is time of euphoria, so let's not pour cold waters over it. 중앙일보 says, when she received the phone call, she just had finished the dinner with her son. I don't know what's so relevant about this here. I think it's saying that she was just living her routine without expecting the phone call. And here, as she was nominated or awarded, there was a surprise, it says. And here is a miracle of Kang. Huh. I'm not, I don't know if this is a praise or insult. Her receiving the award is a miracle? Is this not deserving or what? And here's an interesting observation here. BTS, the boy band, they said they congratulated her and they said they read her books, I assume, in the army. Again, I don't know if this is a praise or insult because this could be taken as a they really had nothing better to do. But let's not be so cranky on this happy day. This is 한결의. The Nobel Prize winner's first comment is that I will celebrate quietly drinking tea with my son. Again, son shows up frequently in her comments. She confronted the historical trauma. Here, the publication industry says her winning the award would let the world see the status of Korean literature. So for a change, all these 6 newspapers are covering the same topic as the headline news, and they are in unison in having this joyous mood and praising the author. Now that about 24 hours have gone by, let's see what the mood is by visiting the same newspapers in the same order in real time. So now here's a protest about her book having been blacklisted and was ordered to be or recommended to be discarded in the Gyeonggi province. So now they are they are demanding accountability of it. I find it interesting that they see the Nobel Prize winning as some kind of judgment on the truth. The Nobel Prize is a arbiter of the truth. Is it? They belong to a different. These judges belong to a different place and different culture. This book in question was banned because it was harmful to sex education. But now that it won the prize, now it seems like those who wanted to keep the book felt vindicated. Should they? Don't know. So this soft power business here is great to have it, but this particular case, who has soft power or not, is decided by a few up there somewhere. Wouldn't those people who bestow this soft power are truly powerful people? And those are at the mercy of receiving these decisions are somehow handicapped? This time, let's visit 동아일보. Here it is. I don't understand this, so let me check here. Her last work is decided. It says so in Korean as well. And what? 2114? Huh. Okay. I didn't read the article, so I do not know what they mean here. And she's refusing to do any interviews or press conferences here. She said, and she's speaking through her father, who's also an author. So this is a praise that comes in. Notice it became Han River because it's homonym as the river, but it meant Han Gang, the author. And here, apparently, the literature majors are excited that they could win the Nobel Prize now. Would it make more students apply or study literature? I don't know. Hangang storm hits U.S. bookstores too. 4 out of 10 Amazon bestsellers must be, I think it is saying that is hers. Wow. And is having a success in Chinese bookstores as well. Wow. Please note that the blacklist is not displayed prominently here. I believe because this is conservative, right-leaning, whereas in the left-leaning 경향신문 is the headline. This time we go to 조선일보. So this Buddhist translator, no. This is a French, okay. This is the same character used for France and Buddhism. So it's the French translator, he cried. This is a big event that expanded the horizon of the literature. What does he say? Not mine. He says in general here. Let's see. This is more succinct here. Okay, the Hangang showed that the Korean could be the language of the world. It was judged on the translation, man. And Hojun, he's a mathematician. He won the Fields medal. And now she won the Nobel. So this is they are connecting it and making it into some kind of a continuation. Okay, and she's from this university, Yonsei 대학. So now the university is proud that the is alma mater of a Nobel Prize winner. And the bookstores are running out of books. Where is the vegetarian? Where is the vegetarian? People are seeking and so on. Her award is about $1 million. How much is the tax is what they want to know. No mention of the Blacklist. And this is a conservative newspaper. Let's go to 중앙일보. I haven't seen this here, but I suspect it would not mention the Blacklist. Okay, why was 황성열 and 이문열 skipped? These are prominent authors in Korea. So why were they skipped and did they go straight to Hangang is what is questioning. And her father said, I think he became the spokesman for her, said there will be no parties, not even press conferences. And then apparently bookstores are saying cannot even calculate the sales because it's sold over 100,000 copies already. Being an Asian and a woman in her 50s, both are quite shocking. Is saying the Nobel Literature Prize selection formula has changed. Let's move on to the next one. Remaining two are left-leaning, so I suspect I would see the Blacklist article here. Okay, this boy is the protagonist of her book. What is it called? Let me see. 소년이 온다. The Boy is Coming is the title of the book. So here we go. Her vegetarian was recommended to be destroyed by the 경기도, the Gyeonggi province, Department of Education. Now that it became a controversy, they are saying that they left the judgment to the school itself. So they are saying they didn't order it. They are saying they had recommended, and each school had to decide. Okay, the last newspaper. This is left-leaning, so I suspect it will have something about the Blacklist. Her river keeps on saying river here. Hangang, father said no parties and canceled. Was it ever scheduled? Okay, it was not scheduled, but the idea is quashed. So she said, currently there's a war going on and people are dying, and how can we rejoice anything? She said. And here comes the Blacklist. So here it says Nobel Prize in Literature Hangang's Blacklist. Sure enough, it brings up. The one who was involved in blacklisting her is currently in the government. I will explain this separately a little later. For now, those have been the reactions of each newspaper 24 hours after the announcement. I had collected 3 articles based on search of a Blacklist and Hangang. So I found these. Let me click each one. So Gyeonggi province is now having a hard time explaining why they had to recommend her book to be discarded. Okay, so the prestige, it's hard to go up against the prestige of the Nobel Prize. The different cultures, different values could dictate that some book to be unfit for that culture here. But the balance of power is such that they have no say against what the Nobel Committee says. And let's take a look at this one. This is one that we saw just now. So here it is. So this is where the awkwardness of the current situation is coming from. The person you saw up there was in charge of the blacklist, played a part in it. And that blacklist included Kang. Bam! So now he has to somehow navigate this current that suddenly turned against him. I forgot to mention in this article, when she won the Booker Prize award, the president, Park Geun-hye, refused to send congratulatory message. Not surprising, she's the one who put her in the blacklist. But also in the article it says that even if the message was sent, she would not have received it. She was not the only one who was put on blacklist. I think there were over 100 artists who were put on, and their support was cut off. The other one, the most famous one, is Bong Joon-ho, the Oscar prize winning. So some of the blacklisted artists, the government did its best to suppress them, and they won the highest honor available. Bong Joon-ho won the Oscars, and she won the Nobel Prize. So it's a kind of awkward situation for these politicians here. But in case of Bong Joon-ho, when he won the prize, let me show you here, this one and this one. You can read it, but from what I skimmed through, the politicians were making all these disparaging remarks about the movie. And a little time later, it won the Oscars. So what did they do? They made a 180-degree turn and start riding the wave. They start enjoying the halo, try to get the halo effect of it. And these articles are very critical about this politicians' shamelessness of making about face here, change their attitude 180 degrees without even blinking. But then again, these are politicians. What you expect, right? But this was an extreme case. One moment they're trying to put down, to cut off the career of these artists, and as soon as they succeed, they just back down and turn about and join the side they couldn't beat. To see the actual reaction of ordinary people, I recommend you go to these newspapers and read the comments at the end of each article. For example, if I go here, I'm just click this one here. And then if I go down, I got to be registered. Okay, sorry about that. Come back here. Maybe this newspaper requires you to register. So forget it. I'm going to go to the 동아. I'm choosing the right-leaning ones because they tend to be more harsher. Because she's from the Jeonna province and she is labeled as a leftist. I found out reading the comments here. So they are not happy about her winning. I found out. So let's see. Click here. And if I go down, the comments are at the bottom of it. So I went down. And here it is. You can see it. So you can read for yourself. And then you can see, click all comments. And you can see this coming up. And see what the actual mood is. Some are praising. Others are not so praising of it. Incidentally, the president, Kim Dae-jung, is also from the same region. So 2 Nobel Prize that the Koreans won, both of them happen to come from the same region. And there is a regional rivalry, hard feelings. Not that these two regions did a war or anything, but this is the work of the politicians. But they have this negative feelings to each other, and that you can see it coming out in full display when you're reading these comments here. So I would not go through this, taking time. But if you want me to, I will. So please let me know in the comments if you want me to go through the comments, because the comments have a lot of slangs, and also people do not spell correctly. Contrary to popular belief, it's difficult to write Hangul correctly with proper spelling. This artificial intelligence is doing a heroic job of understanding misspelled words, but sometimes they just cannot cope. And also, there are a lot of allusions and other things. So these notoriously are translated wrong. So if you're truly interested in, please let me know in the comments. If there's a overwhelming demand, then I will go and show you how to translate these comments. I have a lot more to say, but they all go to different directions. So I will go to the directions that you want to hear. So please let me know what you want to know about in the comment section. With it, I will bid you goodbye today. Thank you. Bye.